What if a 12-year-old janitor's son, with no fancy education, cracked a math puzzle that left 10 PhD professors baffled for weeks? In just 1 minute, proving genius can shine anywhere. In the grand, echoing halls of Whitmore Academy, a prestigious school where brilliant minds clashed over equations, 12-year-old Marcus Williams swept floors late at night, his skinny frame moving quietly as his dad, James, a tired janitor with calloused hands, mopped nearby. Marcus didn't attend classes like the wealthy students who strutted through the day. He learned from worn-out books his dad scavenged, and by watching professors scribble on blackboards during his cleaning shifts. The academy was a world of polished shoes and degrees, but for Marcus, it was just a job and a window into a life he dreamed of. One chilly evening, as he dusted a deserted classroom, his broom paused over a messy blackboard covered with a tangle of numbers and symbols, an equation the math department had been wrestling with for weeks. The room held the faint scent of chalk and frustration, a silent testament to their struggle. Marcus stared, his curiosity igniting, not knowing this moment would yank him from the shadows into an unexpected spotlight. His dad's voice broke the silence, calling, "Come on, son, let's go!" But Marcus's mind was already spinning, tracing lines and patterns in his head. He didn't have their fancy education, just the hunger to understand, fueled by nights spent solving riddles by candlelight. The academy's elite didn't notice him, a janitor's kid in hand-me-down clothes, but that night, the board seemed to whisper a challenge. Little did he know, this quiet encounter would set off a chain of events that would stun the very professors who overlooked him, proving that genius could bloom in the unlikeliest of places. The hum of the school settled, but for Marcus, the real work was just beginning. The next morning, Whitmore Academy buzzed with a tense energy as Dr. Harrison Blake, the department head with a thick beard and a sharper temper, paced the math wing, his chalk snapping in frustration. 10 PhD professors had spent weeks battling a complex equation scribbled on the main classroom board, a challenge thrown by a rival university to test their brilliance. It was a web of variables and theorems, twisting into a puzzle that mocked their expertise, and Harrison's pride took a hit with every failed attempt. Marcus overheard their grumbling during his afternoon cleaning rounds, their voices low and irritated. "It's unsolvable." One sighed, while Harrison snapped, "Only a true genius could crack this, and certainly not some janitor's kid lurking in the corners." Unseen, Marcus lingered near the board, his eyes tracing the chaotic lines, his mind clicking with patterns he'd pieced together from old books. He didn't have their degrees, just a natural knack for seeing order in chaos, honed by years of mental games. That night, he stayed late again, the empty classroom his playground, staring at the equation until his head ached, feeling a pull he couldn't ignore. The professors, cloaked in their arrogance, didn't suspect the quiet boy with a broom held the key they sought. James called him to hurry home, but Marcus's thoughts were locked on those numbers, a silent challenge growing inside him. The academy's elite world, with its leather-bound books and lofty titles, seemed miles away from his life, yet here he was, drawn into their struggle. Little did they know, this dismissed janitor's son was about to turn their world upside down, his untaught mind ready to unravel what they couldn't, setting the stage for a moment that would echo through Whitmore's halls. A week later, the atmosphere in Whitmore Academy's lecture hall was thick with defeat as the 10 professors gathered, their faces flushed with embarrassment under the gaze of curious students. Dr. Harrison Blake, his pride battered, announced they couldn't solve the rival university's equation, his voice tight as he conceded the challenge might be impossible. Marcus, sweeping quietly at the back, felt a surge of boldness he couldn't hold back. His mind had been wrestling with the problem all week, patterns clicking like a puzzle coming together. With a shaky breath, he raised his hand, his small voice cutting through the silence. "Can I try?" Harrison's laugh was sharp and mocking. "A janitor's son? Don't waste our time." But the student's murmurs and a nudge from a kind professor pushed him to relent, handing Marcus the chalk with a sneer. Stepping to the board, Marcus's heart pounded, the equation looming like a giant, but he saw it differently, simple steps hidden in the chaos. In 60 seconds his hand flew, scribbling a clean solution that unraveled the mess, his nerves steadying as he stepped back. The room froze, jaws dropping as Harrison's smirk vanished, replaced by wide-eyed shock. The other professors leaned in, checking his work, their disbelief turning to awe. James, peeking from the doorway, wiped tears from his eyes, pride swelling in his chest. Marcus stood there, nervous but proud, his untaught genius silencing the room. No fancy degree, just raw talent and determination had done it. The clock ticked on, but time seemed to stop as the impossible became real, the Academy's elite humbled by a boy they'd overlooked. That 1 minute changed everything, planting the seed for a future no one, least of all Marcus, could have predicted. Word of Marcus's astonishing feat spread through Whitmore Academy like wildfire, turning the quiet janitor's son into the talk of the campus. Dr. Harrison Blake, though his pride stung, couldn't deny the boy's brilliance, his initial sneer giving way to a grudging respect as he reviewed Marcus's solution with the other professors. Tests were arranged, and to their amazement, Marcus solved problem after problem with ease, his mind a natural machine for math, honed not by classrooms but by curiosity and old books. The professors, once dismissive, invited him to join their classes, offering free education to nurture his rare talent, while the Academy buzzed with a mix of awe and curiosity. Marcus traded his broom for a desk, sitting among students who once ignored him, his dad, James, beaming with pride as he worked extra shifts to support this new chapter. One evening, Harrison approached Marcus in the hallway, his voice softer. "You taught us humility, son. I'm sorry." The apology felt heavy, but it opened a door. Marcus was given a scholarship, his future secured. The rival university, hearing of the breakthrough, sent praise, restoring Whitmore's reputation and putting Marcus's name on the map. From cleaning classrooms to solving equations, his life flipped in ways he'd never dreamed. James watched him study late, tears in his eyes, knowing the sacrifices of their hard years had paid off. The professors, now his mentors, marveled at his instinct, while students who once snickered offered friendship. Marcus's journey from the shadows to the spotlight stunned everyone, proving that genius doesn't need a pedigree, just heart and hustle. The Academy, once a distant world, became his home, setting the stage for a legacy that would inspire beyond its walls, all sparked by that one incredible minute. Today, Marcus, now 18, stands as a rising star at Whitmore Academy, his name echoing beyond its halls as a math prodigy who's tackled equations that challenge the world. The classroom where he first solved the impossible equation holds a framed copy of his work, a symbol of his journey from janitor's son to genius, while his dad, James, watches with pride from the audience at his lectures. The professors, once his doubters, have become his mentors, with Dr. Harrison Blake co-authoring papers that earned global recognition, their bond forged in that shocking moment of humility. Marcus started a program to help kids like him, those without formal education but with big dreams, distributing books and offering free classes, his way of giving back. The Academy thrives, its reputation restored, and students who once overlooked him now seek his advice. One evening, as he and James sit in their modest home, flipping through old photos, Marcus wipes a tear, thanking his dad for the late-night book hunts that sparked his gift. Their laughter fills the room, a stark contrast to the quiet nights of sweeping floors. Marcus's story inspires everyone, young dreamers and old skeptics alike, proving that talent can rise from the humblest roots with determination. The scholarship opened doors, but his heart kept them wide, turning a single minute into a lifetime of impact. The journey ends here, a testament to the power of grit and the unexpected places where genius hides, leaving a legacy that reminds all ages that education isn't the only path to greatness. Sometimes, it's the will to learn. As they watch the stars through the window, father and son share a quiet pride, their story a beacon of hope that shines far beyond Whitmore's walls. If this amazing story inspired you, like, comment, and share it with others. Subscribe to Human Fables for more incredible true tales that uplift and amaze.